got to have health insurance at some point of your living space. You know what I'm saying? Because it helps the family whenever it's time for you to, you know, go through your next stage of living. You know what I'm saying? So you want to put health insurance underneath your belt for not just for yourself, but for your family.
Right. And even the people who say, "Oh, I don't trust those doctors. Oh, I'm not going to the doctor."
Yeah.
One day you're gonna get a pain that your little normal medication that you get from the store is not gonna take care of, and you're gonna be needing that doctor. You're gonna be like, "Please take me to the dentist. Please take me to the doctor."
Yeah. What about that health insurance? You got any?
Okay.
What's good, y'all? It's the Demouchet REACT, and we're back with another video. Who we got today, C?
Today we're back with another American reaction. Super excited about this video, guys. If you're new to us
and we're new to you,
make sure you scroll down,
hit that subscribe button,
and turn on the post notification bell
because we're on the road to 100K.
And we cannot get there without you guys, all right? Join the family. Without further ado, let's get into the video.
Hello again. This is Dean. Welcome back to my channel, Filipino Nurse Retires Home. And how is everybody? I hope you are all fine, okay? If we're not all fine, then there's gonna be another day that we will be fine, correct?
We'll try again tomorrow.
Otherwise, I would like you to subscribe, please, okay? If you have not done that yet, share if you find my videos interesting for other people. And then if you can comment, make it longer so that I can respond to you, and we will have exchange of ideas at the same time, and it will help people. And also another one is hit that notification bell, okay, so that you'll be notified for any kind of impending topics. All right. Today's topic is different. This is directed to the foreigners. All right, the 10 biggest mistake that foreigners will make when they move to any kind of third world country. Okay, example this time is the Philippines, which I'm good at. Now, number one mistake is, all right, I noticed that most of the reasons why the foreigners go there because of economic reason. Like, for example, if their pension is very small, like example, less than $1,000 a month, okay? $1,000 in United States. If you do not have home, then you're gonna be homeless. It will be very hard to live off $1,000 a month in America, because the rental, electricity, your food, you will be on medication, you are going to be homeless. I'm so sorry about that. But if you go to the Philippines, most of them thrive on $1,000 a month. However, you really have to still be very careful of how much you spend. You don't go there because the conversion rate is $50, 50 pesos in a dollar. You have to live off what you have. Do not overextend yourself and think that because of the conversion rate you're already a king, because you are wrong. Okay, with that 1,000 you have, yes, you can live in the Philippines, but as I have said, maintain it in such a way that you still have a little savings in case.
Yes,
she makes
definitely.
Sense. Yeah,
because the number one thing when we're reacting to like homes and things, people be saying, "Come here, you guys can afford it," and we like, baby, if it's $600,000, keep it, please. I don't want it right now. No, just because we can't afford it doesn't mean get the most expensive house. Like, if I was to move in the Philippines, baby, look, I'm going to get a modest home. All right, gonna stretch my dollar.
Yeah, you gotta keep it simple. Definitely about saving. You gotta know how to save. You gotta know how to manage your money. Yeah, it's the smallest, little, simplest tricks that you can do that too as well. You know?
Don't go live it up.
Nah, don't need to.
Of emergency, you can do it, but you have to stretch that budget. Okay, So live like a Filipino so that you can live there. Do not live like an American because you will never be able to make it before the month is over.
Gosh.
Number 2, when you expect the third world country to be like a first world. That's why it's called third world, right? Like for example, with regards to the amenities we have in the Philippines, poor road system. The educational system is really substandard, except if you're gonna go to like private schools, okay? They're in par with some of the Western schools. Now, the traffic lights is terrible. The traffic is so terrible because we don't have traffic lights in every corner, okay? Every intersection. The garbage as well as the sewage disposal is terrible. Noise is terrible. The hospitals, they are good and they're bad, okay? So the hospitals can be very expensive. I'll talk to you about that shortly. Now, number 3, expect that you do not have to learn the language of the lady that you married, okay? Because
the lady you married.
even if the Philippines is, even if the people there are acquainted to talk in English, you still have to learn how to speak like the native language. Okay, you do not expect the girl to always know the language English, okay, because not all girls there are able to speak English. So do not expect them to talk in English while you do not speak their language. It has to be.
No, that makes sense. I mean, and again, as you can see, leadership is so different in other places. You know what I'm saying? That role takes a whole different angle whenever you have to live a life that you never lived before, speak a language you never spoke before, budget your money in a way that you never budgeted before. I like all of these hacks right here, man. This is definitely helpful.
Yeah, I like it as well. Why move somewhere and not learn a language?
Yeah, real talk. A lot of people are thriving off of third languages,
right?
Fourth languages, fifth languages. People know so many.
Right. Know? At least learn the basics. You know, we try.
Yeah, we working on it. We got hours going. You feel me? We working on hours right now.
We'll be able to say the greetings before we come.
Yeah.
2 ways, okay? So learn them if you can, okay? Number 4, failure of the expat to have to carry a good health insurance, okay? You have to know also because sometimes some health insurances are overkill in the Philippines because the health system there is a little bit lower. You know, I mean, it does not cost very much. So try.
I mean, look, I think again, educate people at a young age about health insurance. People try to live their life getting away without getting it. You know what I'm saying? You got to have health insurance at some point of your living space. You know what I'm saying? Because it helps the family whenever it's time for you to, you know, go through your next stage of living. You know what I'm saying? So you want to put health insurance underneath your belt for not just for yourself, but for your family.
Right. And even the people who say, oh, I don't trust those doctors. Oh, I'm not going to the doctor.
Yeah.
One day you're going to get a pain that your little normal medication that you get from the store is not going to take care of. And you're going to be needing that doctor. You're going to be like, please take me to the dentist. Please take me to the doctor.
Yeah. What about that health insurance? Got any?
Okay.
Try your best to get you a health insurance that is more like applicable to the Filipino setting, okay? So do not depend on the Philippine insurance system, okay? PhilHealth will not give you everything. Now, good example, my father died in the hospital and he stayed 5 days in the hospital and we spent in ICU 5 days and we spent about 200 pesos for that and it has to come from our pockets. And if you do not have that, that's about, what's that, $4,000? Then you're going to be in trouble, right? So ER is okay. I mean, all those outpatients are lesser than the West. But if in case you're going to have major problem, then that's going to hit you really bad, okay? Now, Another one is expect to work in PI because there's no work in PI. There's a reason why the OFWs, we have OFWs who go outside the country because there's not a lot of good paying job in the Philippines. Okay? Now, you do not expect also to get paid in dollar by the hour because there's no such thing. You only probably get paid about 350 pesos a day. And you do not expect to get paid more because you are a foreigner, so you have to adjust to that in case you're gonna get a job.
Okay, so it seems that they're getting paid by the day, not the hour. How does that work?
I mean, at the end of the day, I feel like we know what type of times we're living in. And I feel that, from our conversation that we always have, we always want to, lend opportunity with information to tell people what they can do to better their household, their pockets, their revenue, so they can grow and not have to depend on 9 to 5s 24/7 of the rest of their life. Now, everybody can. Some people can go back and do what they have to do, but for people who have a dream and a goal, there are so many ways that you can make a quick dollar, $100 a day, easy.
Yeah.
Because if you move to the Philippines and you have to, live off of $340 a week, or I believe she said something like a day, you know what I'm saying? And that's all you can do, and then your bills is overpowering you this much, you got to have these backup plans. So
yeah, but like when it comes to working, do you guys work a set amount of hours or anytime y'all work, regardless if y'all get off early or go in late?
I was thinking that.
How does that work? That's different.
And I think that's just for foreigners, right?
No, that's
for everybody in the Philippines.
Yeah.
Eesh. Okay.
Another mistake is enter in a very a small business and in competition with the local business. Okay. So make sure that your business is in par with the other businesses so that you will get along well. Okay. And when you make money, you have to think like a Filipino, okay? Do not think that your gain or profit is based on what you are used to in America, okay? So maybe for Filipino, 20,000 pesos profit for 1 month in a certain business. For a Filipino, they're very, very happy about that. But for an American, 20,000 is just $500, and that's not a lot of money for American.
I'm getting 500.
American way of thinking. So avoid thinking like a American. Think like a Filipino, okay? Another mistake. Not retaining your address in America. The reason for that, what if you're gonna go back to America later on because you do not like the Philippines? And do not, if you can help it, do not sell it all, and you maintain a little bit of money in America. Do not sell it all and spend it all in the Philippines. My goodness, that's the biggest mistake that you can have. So have you a good address there in America, and unless if you are not intending to go back to America, okay, and die in the Philippines, then you do not have to have an address. But for me, I would maintain my address, okay? And no contingency plan. That's another mistake. No contingency plan. So you have to have a backup plan if in case things would go bad for you in the Philippines. I say that over and over. So that's why.
That's relevant to anywhere. We know of people who's like, oh my God, America just got all this stuff going on outside of the States. I'm ready to move, and they don't research properly. Now, I'm not saying everybody, but some people don't research properly, and then they'll get to a country, they'll start talking about the customer service is terrible, it's not what they're used to, and so they're there and they start comparing things in their new place to the United States and what we're known for, and just our customs. Y'all gotta do y'all research. Don't just move because everything is bad. If you want to move, please move. Go. Do what you need to do. But do your research and don't complain when something isn't what you're used to in the United States.
Oh, yeah. I agree with you 100%.
There, like in the United States. Yeah.
Yeah, because people be poorly equipped. They don't be having nothing underneath their belt, nothing mentally stable for them.
Right.
So when they get there, they're just like you're throwing yourself to the wolves, basically. And then you're not prepared. You don't know what to do. You don't know the lingo. You don't know how to invest in certain areas.
Yeah.
Everything about it is kind of giving you the vibe. So you want to kind of go back, or you're in a position to bash where you at. You know what I'm saying? And that, you never want to do that, especially if you thought this was a place for you to be. If you thought it, then it can be, but you got to be mentally equipped, and you got to have all these things underneath to prepare you so you can be there happily and not frustrated because you don't know enough. You know?
Right. And I feel like some people move because of the glitz and glamour of a place. You know, you gotta learn the people, learn their culture, their languages, how they conduct their way of life.
Y'all learn the streets, like she was saying. They got four what she said, 4 roads.
No, the roads.
What is it?
The traffic.
The traffic.
The traffic lights. They don't have a lot of traffic.
Yeah, it's a lot. Yeah, see that right there is so important. You know what I'm
that
saying?
would be a culture shock.
Yeah,
You know?
I feel like this conversation hits home for us because when we moved from the States and we came to Texas, that was a big.
From Louisiana.
Yeah,
in the same country.
The states, 2 different states.
Move within the states.
Yeah, within the states. I say from the states.
Yeah.
Within the states. Good catch. Good catch. Yeah, when we moved from Louisiana to Texas, that's kind of like what we had to do, right?
Yeah,
we
had some
visited
culture shock.
a few times. We traveled around. We did our research. You know what I'm saying? And it was a culture shock, but at the same time, everybody around us was like, "Why?
Yeah.
What you doing it for? Y'all sure y'all want to do this?" And we ready to send back like we was ready 2 steps ahead of our own decision. We knew what we wanted to do.
Yep.
So
like we research to the T before we do anything. That's why we have told y'all we're going to some of these places that we have been reacting to, but y'all only see a snippet of the research with the videos. The videos are not our research, you know. So there's gonna be some things that we're gonna be prepared for, and y'all gonna be looking in the video like, oh my god, I can't believe y'all didn't react a certain way to something, because we know.
Nah, real talk, yeah.
But a culture shock that we experienced in Texas, this is just an example of moving to a new place. Of course, we're still in the States, but each little state is like its own little country, honestly.
Facts, yeah.
When our baby was born, her birth certificate, we didn't pay for no birth certificate in Louisiana for our children. We had to pay for it here. That was a culture shock.
Yep.
Birth certificate.
Birth certificate.
You have to have contingency. Now, another one that's really kind of touchy, okay? I have heard a lot. I also look at the YouTube people. There's a lot of expats that goes to the Philippines that are not successful in their native land. And they go to the Philippines thinking that they can change around and be somebody someday. That is a wrong kind
She's talking to Filipinos now.
concept. Because if you are not successful and you are a piece of, you know what, in your native land, you're gonna be the same way in the Philippines. Nothing will change.
Yeah.
It's really the mentality issue, okay? So,
Because they think the conversion
if that
rate's
is your
changing.
purpose, to change your life away, then you should have already started doing that in your native land, okay?
Yeah.
Because you're gonna be the same way when you go to the Philippines. You're gonna be still sorry piece of what? You know what? I'm sorry, but I did not say the word. But do your research though, okay? Before you go to any kind of third world country, and don't expect too much and act like the native people. Act like a Filipino if you're going to the Philippines, okay? Do not impose what you think is correct, because you know they've been there centuries and centuries and they never change, okay? And I have another topic for you also, for the OFWs and people who are going back to the Philippines, like native Filipinos like me. What are those big mistakes that we have, that we can make when we move back to the Philippines? Okay.
Alright, we're gonna stop right here. Yeah, guys, check that channel out. Show us some love. I think these were some good tricks, some good hacks, some good information people need to know.
She gave a lot of wisdom, you know. So we hope you guys enjoyed this video with us. Like this video, subscribe, turn on the post notification bell. We have enabled our super thanks if you like to support the channel that way, as well as our reaction request form is in our description box below. We'll see you soon.
Peace.